here is a little extra message because my customer today cancelled. And one thing that we have to learn is to see the positive in the situation. And there's actually something that I want to share with you guys. First of all, that I learned some days ago and I have adapted into it. And it's actually very simple because it's something that you should do in the morning. And we know how adaptable our brain and spirit is in the morning. It sets the tone. I actually also saw something on TikTok. I shared it on my Instagram actually, with someone talking about how we decide to set the tone in the morning is how our day will be. Was it something about our nerves, that they are wide open or something? I can't remember what it is, and there is probably more factors involving this. But what I learned was, in the morning, when you wake up, the first thing is, first of all, well, stretch your body. You don't even have to get out of bed to do this, because you just have to stretch your arms up in the air and really... I mean, that is something we always do, isn't it? Like, most of us, some days. But we should do this every day, because it wakens up the body. So with the mind, what you're going to say is, dear universe, show me how good this day can get. Surprise me. And I promise you that magic will happen. And that is why I am talking about today, for example, because I could have chosen to say this is a bad day because of my customer. My client decided to cancel half an hour before that she was supposed to be here. But instead I was like, yeah, it's okay. And what's even better is that, well, I got more time on my hands, right? I can do YouTube, which I'm burning for. Not that I'm not burning for photography, but I am really burning for YouTube. I really found a passion again with that. And I feel that's very important, to find a passion for what we want to do. And that's also something else I actually want to come back to. But yeah, she sent me the money for the shoot anyway and booked a new time for next week. So there you go. Then I had someone reaching out from my past telling me how great a job I do with YouTube and with guiding and with just being me, and that I'm shining. So I got a clap on the shoulder from someone I didn't expect. I have a brand that I'm working with who reached out and said that they're going to send new products. So, you know, there is this energy of just receiving and just good things. You can attract whatever it is with waking up with that energy and just being like, show me how good today gets. Being open, right? That is actually the trick, because the universe do want to surprise you. If we lay plans and something doesn't happen, we do tend to get pissed off and annoyed. So just put it out to the universe that you are excited and ready to be surprised. And no matter if it's night or evening or midday or maybe even morning where you are, you can say this, put this energy out, and then just go. You know, I was just dancing in the morning, being silly with myself. Ourself is the best company. So if we can be silly with ourselves, that is just, perfect. Because it's the energy that you will receive back. Yes, it is. And this is only the beginning. The day has not even fully started because it's still early. So who knows what surprises is going to come along, right? Also thinking about it, coffee was ready when I woke up. I didn't have to make it. It was ready for me. I mean, you know, hello. And it's such an amazing energy to put out also, because before I took a shower, I always has the thing where I brush my hair. So I always have a brush in the bathroom to do so. And it's a good tip for people out there if you are a girl or a boy with long hair. Comb, did I say something else before? Comb or brush your hair before that you wash it, before you take a shower. Because it actually makes it not so tangled after. But I couldn't find it. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that I'm just not going to do it. And then, without realizing it, I opened another drawer And I don't know why, because I didn't need anything from that. And there was a brush. So again, if you just go with the flow in life, the universe will make sure that you find it. So it's about patience, it's about being calm. And another version, how I can explain this, is there is someone that I'm listening to on Audible. And it's actually a book that I have had for a very, very long time. I'm going to see if I can find it. This is the book. You Are a Badass at Making Money. I bought 2 versions back then when I bought it. And one was for me, one was supposed to be for another friend, but I didn't feel like she wasn't really in the mood for learning that kind of thing, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. So I decided to give it to my client and friend Jeanette. Jeanette also has a YouTube channel, so I will link it up here because she started out making YouTube again. So I'm very proud of her. And she's making videos in English again. So there you go. But I saw that she posted about the book. And I remember there was a time when I did a shoot with her where I don't know why, but I was like, okay, you know, hold the book. I'm taking pictures while you're holding it. And it's just very saying for what he's doing today, because he's also coaching and guiding other people with spirituality and positivity. But anyway, I think that's 3 years ago, 2 years ago or something like that, that I bought the books. And every time I see it, something triggered me. When You Are a Badass at Making Money, I was like, oh, yeah, whatever, you know, I didn't, you know, I did not feel the energy. So some weeks ago when I saw that Jeanette posted about it, I was like, huh, I wonder. And I actually forgot that I had this one. So I actually went on Audible and I bought it. But I also do love to listen to Audible books instead of reading them through. And it was so funny because I was listening to chapter 3 and I was walking around getting the studio ready. And then suddenly I was like, wait, I saw the book on my bookshelf. I was like, oh my God, it has been there all along. I have just not been ready for it. And this book is a game changer when it comes to money mindset. Oh my God. I know why. I was not ready because I was not ready to see the potential of me being a badass moneymaker. I deserve to be rich. I mean, saying that is going to either trigger you or you're going to feel energized. And if it triggers you, it's because that there is a lack that you need to fiddle around with. So do yourself the favor to buy this book, or at least listen to it on Audible. I'm deep in it and it's just so magical. But to get back to what I want to share with you guys when it comes to what we spoke about before. She talks about very randomly that she was looking for tuna. She wanted to have tuna. And she always had tuna, so she knew that she had it. But that day when she was looking for that can of tuna, she couldn't find it. And suddenly, when she was not looking for it, and she was like, okay, well, you know, whatever, I'm gonna let it be. And then suddenly the thought popped up that I'm pretty sure that I have. So she looked again. She got the hunch to look for it again. And there it was right in front of her. And it turns out that she had bought red tuna cans instead of blue ones that she normally does. So she overlooked it. And I feel that is what's happening a lot with us, right? That we overlook opportunities, or we overlook what is right in front of us. Because no matter what it is that you're dealing with, the solution is right in front of you. It's in your surroundings or it's inside of you, right? But it does take a quiet mind to actually realize that, hey, I have this, or I have that, or I could do this, or I could do that. Yeah, I wanted to share that because it's pretty mind-blowing. So the other thing I also want to share, because a lovely lady, this camera is really having its own mind these days. Anyway, I'm gonna link Malena's Tarot Corner up here somewhere, because she made me realize something that actually Kiri said to me many years ago when we were speaking about this. Because Kiri, for all of you, you guys know Kiri. You know Kiri also has a YouTube channel that I'm also going to link up here. Back then we spoke about this, like, sometimes we have the tendency to look at other people's channels, especially if you are a YouTuber, but you can also adapt this into whatever it is that you do. But we do have the tendency to compare views, subscribers with other people. And sometimes it just gets to us when we don't have 1,000 views on a daily reading or on a monthly reading. Because then we are like, well, that is probably what I'm supposed to have, but I don't have that. So maybe I'm not worthy of doing what I'm doing. That's how I felt. And sometimes it takes someone else to actually show how good a job you do. Because Kiri, back then when we spoke about it, because he was like, oh my god, you reached, I think it was actually 10,000 subscribers back then. And I was like, yeah, it's good, you know. And also, like, with the views on the videos, it's like, yeah, you know, I have 15 views, yeah, it's awesome. Or 15 or 100 or whatever it is. And Kiri was like, Sandra, think about it. For example, if it's like 15, because a lot of people would say that that's a low number for a video. But if you see yourself in a room with 15 people or 10 people, that's a lot of people listening to you. It's a lot of eyes and ears that are focused on what you are saying. So if you just have one view, it's one person who's actually in a room with you listening to you. If you have 10, it's 10 people. Again, if you have 100, it's 100 people in a room. That is effing crazy. So it's very important to actually change your mindset when it comes to these things, because it does help to see that, yeah, I actually do a very good job. Because the more joy that you get with doing YouTube or being creative or whatever it is that you're doing, the more ideas will come to you. Make it simple, make it easy. And it doesn't matter if it's something that other people has already created. Like me doing daily readings, there's a lot of tarot readers who do daily readings, and we all do it in a different way. Some people make it 5 minutes, some make it 10, some make it 20. It doesn't matter. Some doesn't even take tarot. They're just tapping into the energy. Some people are reading flowers or whatever else it is, runes, right? So whatever it is, today I feel is the time to actually step into what it is that we want to do. Yeah. Something is happening today, and that's why we're probably talking about it. I feel a lot of you guys are like wondering, like, ooh, could I do this? What are my options? What are my options? Well, your options are right in front of you, my love. Yeah. I will also start out on the monthly readings, because now I have time. And I'm going to do them very simple. I think I'm just going to be me. So I'm not going to show the table. I'm going to pull some cards, and that's it. I'm still trying to find out what feels right. And sometimes I do love to change it up. Are we ready to just see with the tarot if there's anything you need to know today? Okay, there's knocking. Oh my god. Look at that. Yeah, the Emperor. The Emperor comes to visit. That is a major badass sign right there, because the Emperor is the leader. And then with the Four of Cups reversed, this is you actually realizing what the universe is trying to give you. Because this card actually did fall out first. So this is the first card. So it could be because of what we just spoke about, that you are like, oh man, yeah, now I have this new found energy. Now I can go out there. You're taking up space, which can also be frightening sometimes. The Star. Yeah. Wow. You're realizing that something is possible today. It is as simple as it is. You're realizing that something is possible. And then at the back we have a Page of Swords. So there could be something with networking, writing. You could receive an email or a text message or something. It's just because you're like, you're learning something. And it could be because of what we just spoke about. But I feel for a lot of you guys, something got triggered inside of you where you're like, I wonder if this is possible. And you actually wondering is a very good thing, because you're opening up for possibilities by wondering. that is as easy, yeah. Being optimistic. I feel a lot of you guys, you're really being optimistic now. You're like, okay, this is my heart's desire and I'm going to drag it down from the universe, because that is what she's doing in this tarot. She knows that it's coming. And it is. Because you deserve whatever your heart's desire is. Yeah. Now that we have the Emperor is a very masculine energy. There could be something with a father figure in your life. There could be something, yeah, father figure, something with authority figure, or the masculine energy of yourself or someone else. A controlling energy, something that is in your surroundings, in your reality, to help you to see, okay, this is in my reality. This is like reflecting, mirroring something back to me that I don't want to be anymore. So there could be something with a father, or someone who has authority. It could be something with the government, right? It could be whatever. Taxes. It could be something you're afraid of. Taxes, that's something I have been so afraid of, and I really started looking into how easy it actually is last year. And I hated paying taxes, and now I'm sending them money with love. Oh, yeah. And even through that, at the end of the year, people normally get the money back, right, if they are self-employed or a YouTuber, but I don't. But instead, the money goes to paying off my studio loans. Is that how you call that? So there's something positive in it, and I'm sending love to it. So after I started doing that, I started making more money, which makes sense, because taxes, it's a part of, you know, how we live. It's just how it is. But if we hate it, we also block ourselves from making more money. The same if you hate a boss, or if you hate your colleagues, you block the love that could come from that environment. Because if it's a boss, it's connected with your job. If it's a client or a colleague, it's also connected with money and your job. It comes down to the same thing. If it's someone that you're living with, and there is like an annoying energy or whatever it is, controlling energy, it turns into a mirror and it reflects that back at us. And it can be nasty. It can be very, very nasty. Yeah, just wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's daily reading. I will put it up earlier, like I have done the past days, because tomorrow we have Pisces moving into Venus, which is very beautiful. It's a time of receiving. It's a time of being more open for the possibilities of receiving love and guidance and success. Keep holding on to that dream of yours. I'm excited to hear back from you guys.